For so many of us that live here in the Keego Harbor area, we all know and love Gino's. It's been around 1971, feeding the people of Keego, Sylvan, and beyond. And traditional family Italian food, but also a friendly staff. When you walk into Gino's, you're a part of their family. But what has it been like for them over the past year? Gino Santia joins us now. Hey, Gino, how are you?
Oh, good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
One of the great things throughout the pandemic, you and your staff, you pretty much have been open this entire time, but a challenging year.
To say the least. Kind of back to our roots a little bit. We started out as just a carry-out pizzeria back in '69, actually, Ronnie.
Wow, really?
Yeah, '69 is when we started. So it's been 52 years we've been here.
So with that, how has it been? How are you surviving?
Well, we're doing okay. Like I said, we back to our roots, so we were able to do some substantial amount of carry-out uh, through this process, and of course, people are starting to come in gradually, little by little. We have our place is large enough that we could spread things out well enough. So that's worked out pretty good for us. And we do have such a loyal clientele, people that have been coming here for years and years and years, and we're very appreciative of it. And they've been very supportive also.
I was there one night picking up dinner, and someone, when you say carry out, I think they were picking up like 6, 8 pizzas. So that side is still going strong for you.
Well, I think along with our pizzas, which has been always our main staple for us, people are starting to realize that we have some very nice dinners we offer too. So actually, we're selling quite a few dinners carry out too, as well as in-house. So that's worked out very well for us too.
Gino Santia with us here on the Mega Cast. He's the owner of Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Keego Harbor. Gino, I know that one of the things is that you guys are a part of the community. You're not just a restaurant. You're so much more. You really are a vital part of the Keego community, and you do a lot of events. Have you been able to continue doing some of those?
Well, we're working with the various groups about trying to figure things out that we can do. We have in the past, as you all know, the Wild Game Dinner that's sponsored by the Jacket Club here in Keego, and that's always been a wonderful thing, as well as the Keego Harbor Taste of Keego Harbor, which has been very nice for the community and surrounding areas. We do have the banquet hall next door that we've been able to offer that facility for those functions. And unfortunately, at this time, we're not using the banquet hall. It's been probably a year and 3 months or so since we've had anything there at the banquet hall with the new guidelines and stuff, with the restrictions and stuff.
So when you hear the governor put into place loosening of the restrictions associated with, the percentage of people vaccinated, does it give you hope that the banquet hall will be reopened sooner rather than later?
Yes, and like I say, I don't think we're going to get the large groups anymore. So we're talking like with various groups that want to have a function. If we are only allowed to have 50 people, maybe instead of doing it one night, try to cram everybody in one night. Maybe we can spread it out to a couple of nights and kind of still manage to take care of the people that are interested in coming to those events.
So with that though, Gino, how much the banquet hall, how much of your bottom line does that help you as a business owner?
Totally. Well, it's like it's changed a lot. I mean, the banquet business, a lot of people, we like destination parties, so we've kind of lost a little bit there. But we still manage to have different weddings and retirement parties and things of that nature. But we also have, at the restaurant, we have the capability as well. We have separate party rooms at the restaurant that, with the banquet hall not being used, we can use. As a matter of fact, I have one today. It's a memorial luncheon, and there's probably about 40 people, and they're spread out very well, and they'll be coming in, and we'll be able to service them for their event, for their memorial service.
So I know that today the Small Business Association restaurants such as yours will be able to start applying for some of the grants. Have you been able to take advantage of any of the grants and the loans offered through the government during the pandemic?
Yes, we have, and that's been very helpful. And there's another one being submitted this past week, and today's the sign up for it. I think it opens at noon, and so we're working on that too. It's some money available to help businesses survive this crisis right now.
That's good to know because there are so many businesses that have tried to take advantage, and the need is so great. It could be a challenge just getting into the system and trying to get through the process.
Yeah, so we've taken advantage somewhat of the lull, the closure. We've done some remodeling. We closed after the pandemic came about more prevalent. We closed for a couple of weeks and just did some massive cleaning, and we did some remodeling, new tables, new booths, and new carpeting, just things like that to just kind of gear up for the reopening and stuff. So we're ready to go.
With that, like the summer months, do you anticipate you're going to be busy hopefully this summer? Because after everyone has spent so much time indoors, they're ready to get outside.
Well, certainly Keego Harbor does offer that amenity that you can come out and visit your friends and enjoy the lake, enjoy the beaches. And so it does increase the population in the area. And yes, we do take advantage of it. People do come in after swimming or after boating, whatever, they stop in and get something to eat.
Your setup is a little bit different over there. You have a small patio section. Do you anticipate expanding outdoor at all?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yesterday, as nice as it was yesterday, we had several people sitting out on the patio. You're right, though, it is a small patio. And then in the summertime, in the past, we've had, on Friday nights, we would have music out on the patio, live music of some sort, a group, a small group or a single, just to kind of entertain the people.
So with that, Gino Santia with us here on the MegaCast. He's the owner for Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. And Gino, you've been around Keego for a long time. I know there is a master plan, a proposal that's going on right now, a survey that is being taken that would really reimagine Cass Lake, which would kind of go right in front of your restaurant. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm very excited about it. I've been on the planning commission as well as the TIFA board, which is responsible for the expenditures for the planner that the city has contracted with, Bob Gibbs. He's an urban planner, and he's great. We got some great ideas. In fact, we have a meeting coming up towards the end of this month with him. It's probably a final meeting, and he's presenting some ideas that we can go with and things that we can do to change ordinances and stuff. So it's kind of exciting, you know.
Hey, and I have to ask though, Gino, it's like you see it. I may or may not have taken the survey more than once, but I did it for my husband. I figured my opinion was his opinion, right?
Sure.
So with that, we've seen some of these proposals in the past, obviously along Orchard Lake, and 10, 15 years down the road, things haven't changed. How long do you think some of this would actually come into fruition?
Well, it'll depend on the development. People will kind of realize that Keego Harbor is a diamond in the rough. I mean, we were a city at one time back in the 50s and the 60s. It was a hobnob city to come to, and we're trying to make it back that way again. We'd like to get people come back to Keego and enjoy the walkable community and trying to encourage new businesses. We've had several new businesses come into the community that are doing very well. We have another one that's just going to be opening up here quite shortly, where the old ice cream place used to be, and it's going to be a little hamburger joint across the street from there. We had a florist just open up, really a nice florist. It's sage green. So we've had some movement, and I think with the potential of the trailer park, we have a major project that could possibly. We're still in working stages with the developer to redo this trailer park into a 5, 6 story apartment complex with restaurants and things of that nature for the community. And I think that'll just explode. Keego will just explode after that gets underway and stuff. So we're preparing for it. We're setting the guidelines, and we're getting prepared for it.
So with that, Gino Santia with us here, owner of Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Keego Harbor, and also a member of the Planning Commission. So with that, Gino, how much do you think the pandemic has set back some of the development?
Well, I myself doing some projects in my own house, I noticed the increase in the cost of material, and I wouldn't be surprised if people are holding back because of that too at this time. But eventually it'll lower, it'll come down, and people will probably start moving forward a little bit more. It's a tremendous, when you decide you want to do something, it's not easy. So it takes some time.
Yeah, and you hear arguments on both sides. A lot of people want Keego to stay exactly as it is, a sleepy little community. Other people would like to see more development and turn it into one of those walkable communities. And of course, kind of at the heart of the debate is Roosevelt Elementary. It's 100 years old. There is, a proposal at possibly shutting that school. You're right there next door. How would that impact your business, do you think?
Well, I'm not concerned about my business at that. I'm more concerned about the community. I think the community really relies on the school. It's such a wonderful facility. And I do have customers that specifically come to the restaurant to have dinner here and then go to the school play yard and have their kids play there. And it's just a wonderful community to have, something to have in our community.
Yeah, and that's one thing with the school is it's not just the building. It has a great playground.
It does. It's a wonderful facility. The teachers, the people there, it's just wonderful to have. I'm very happy and proud to be right here next to them.
So with that, Gino, just another minute or two with you before we say goodbye. I know that a couple of times, you kind of helped rally the community to support your staff during the pandemic. So many restaurants right now, they're experiencing employee shortage. They're having to either reduce their hours or change their hours. How are you doing on that front?
Well, I have to say I've got a great staff. They've pulled together. They're working extra hours. I do have some staff that aren't coming back right now because of the pandemic, and I understand. I'm not angry about it. I wish they would come back because everybody could help out a little bit. But the staff I have is doing a great job, and we try to take care of them as much as we can, keep safe. And we've been very fortunate. We haven't had any viruses here other than just a couple of people, but it's been handled the way it's supposed to be handled, and we've been able to do business as usual.
So with that, Gino Santia with us here on the MegaCast. He's the owner for Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant in the fine city of Keego Harbor. With that, Gino, anything maybe I didn't ask that you want to touch on? Because you are the man in the know in the area.
Well, I thank you for saying that. I didn't realize that. No, just just consider coming out, and whenever you feel safe, and check us out. We'll take care of you. You'll feel safe here.
So any changes that you had to make because of the pandemic that turned out to be a silver lining that you think you'll continue?
Well, like I said earlier, we did some remodeling. We did some major cleaning. We recarpeted, repainted, just some major changes. That's just been very encouraging. People are making comments about it, and we're trying to get some pictures on Facebook so people can see it and stuff.
So Gino's underwent somewhat of a facelift in the middle of the pandemic.
Yes, we did.
Well, we hope people continue to support your restaurant as well as your staff, because you and your team, you've been such supporters of the entire community. The classic car event, is that going to still happen this
Yeah.
year?
Yeah, we had it last year and we have every intention of doing it again this year. It's an outdoor thing, so we had a good turnout last year, so we're going to try to do it again this year.
Well,
As
that's
well, we have a annual golf outing that we have for charity also, and we try to do the things we can that keep involved with the community.
Well, that's good. And with that, Gino, we want to say thank you for your time, and also best of luck continuing to try to navigate the COVID-19 crisis. It's good to have you as such a big voice and such a big part of the Keego community. So thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie. I appreciate this.